Hi, Deborah. This is Brother Olson. I'm taking a look at your essay right now. I'm going to give you some feedback. Now, one of the things we do when we submit these research papers, we take a look at the similarity report that comes through Turnitin. Okay, and they kind of give me an idea of what's quoted and what isn't. So I'm just taking a quick look here. Now, what I noticed is a couple things. The first part of your essay seems to be that you've taken it or borrowed it from certain places. And it even gives you the web page. Now, it may or may not be this one because there's a lot of web pages that have the same information. But what that tells me is that you're struggling still to kind of put things in your own words. Okay, and I mean, there are consequences to cutting and pasting. It's an automatic zero here. Now, so I see a lot of this first part here. A lot of the other parts are quoted. Okay, you do put them in quotes, and you do, I guess, have a source here. But the problem I'm having too with this is that these are long quotes, really, really long. Okay. And normally when I see this in an essay, it just shows that there's not a lot of like personal analysis of the topic. It's just lots of long quotes that kind of maybe talk about the issue or not. So let's take a kind of another look at the essay and go through it a little bit, and then I can give you some final thoughts. Another thing too I'd like for you not to do is don't put instructor, and you don't have to put the due date. Just put, Mark Olson or Brother Olson and then the date. That's it. Your topic is a country free from corruption. A country free of corruption is the most important achievement, including a fair state of play, integrity, transparency, and objectivity in both public and private areas. All changes need to start from us as individuals, but to truly be transformative, the efforts and a society full of corruption and achieve maintainable development, we must have full participation of all stages of young people and adult people too. Okay, so this kind of sounds like it's not your own, your own language here, that you're trying to borrow from other people's statements and state them as your own. Okay, and that's kind of concerning because if you're doing that, then you're not being completely clear and honest in what you're saying. And I understand it's hard because you're trying to put things in you're coming from a different language and you're trying to figure out tough topics and how do you write them in your own words. But that's part of the challenge, right? That's part of the process of learning and growing as a writer and as a thinker and as a learner. Is you read about these topics, you study them, you do the best that you can to explain them in your own words. You give credit to people who help you understand these topics and so forth. So that's important. Okay. So here's the deal. Okay, Deborah, I'm gonna give you an opportunity to revise this essay. Okay. To put these words more in your own words and language. I also want you to simplify these quotes because they're not really doing it good. I'm not going to read these quotes if they're this long because I don't think that this is your essay. It's reading somebody else's words. Okay, and I want this essay to be yours. So you can use a line or two. Don't go over 3 lines. Okay, I'd simplify it maybe just to 1 sentence and then talk about it. And your essay will be just fine. It's not going to hurt. That's how we do these types of research papers. You quote some things, you discuss them, you kind of go back and forth on what people think and say about it. And that's just kind of it. It's kind of like a conversation. Obviously, it's more formal since it's written, but okay. So simplify these quotes. Okay. This one is this is about the right length when you say strictly related to the focus on education is the need to create a culture of honesty that is difficult for any society. All right. So honesty needs to be taught to adults as well as children. And you quote this person: civil servants, political leaders, and private sector citizens, both individually and collectively, can immediately begin establishing and strengthening a culture of integrity Concentrates on high quality service delivery and professional performance, and it's handling the individual's respect. Okay, so this is kind of the way you want to do it here. It seems like these parts of these phrases here, you're still kind of borrowing from other people, so you got to be careful. Make it sure it's in your own words. But at least you're analyzing this, and that's good. Okay. Now we're getting kind of on a really lengthy quote, and it's hard to even kind of pay attention to it because it just doesn't seem like there's much, done to make it like fit exactly what you're trying to say. So definitely cut it back. Like I say, 2 or 3 lines, a sentence or two. That's about all you need, and then you just need to discuss it. Because I really like to listen and read what you have to say more than what other people have to say. I think you need both, right? Okay, so I'm going to give you partial credit, in part because there's just significant issues with, I think, problems with plagiarism and too long of quotes. And if you can work on those, fix them, I'll let you revise it and resubmit it. But let me know if you're interested in doing that, okay? Because then I'll have to go back and reopen the assignment. All right, well, don't give up, okay? You got to be, I think, a little bit more careful on what you say and how you say it, and but it's worth the challenge because it's like life. Life is hard. You got to overcome obstacles, and once you do, you learn a lot. And I promise that you will. Okay, so good luck on the next essay, and let me know if you have any questions.